Broadcasting from an undisclosed location under a farm pond somewhere in the Midwest. Your host is Jim Crowley. This is Slickfish Radio. Hey everybody, welcome to Slickfish Radio. I, by process of elimination, am your host, Jim Crowley. Glad you guys could join us out tonight. People hopping on right away. So glad to see you. We're going to have a very, very fun show tonight. My guest is American Tackle's Don Morse. We're going to be talking rod building, lengths and actions, and just a bunch of other fun stuff because some great things are coming from American Tackle. We're going to tell you about who they are, what they do, and Don, we refer to him as the bearded Yoda of rod building. So we are looking forward to having him on the show. First and foremost, I want to thank all of you for joining us. Those of you not watching us live who are listening to us soon here on Roku, on Fire TV, on Spotify, on Amazon, and on iTunes. Thank you so very much. God bless you. We are glad to have you as well. We want to thank American Tackle and Dakota Lithium, who have been with us from the start. And we have two new sponsors that have jumped on the show. We have a full corral of great people. American Tackle as well as Dakota Lithium. Like I said, we're also going to welcome Explore Lacrosse, one of the absolute favorite places I have to fish on the planet, Explore Lacrosse, and my favorite store, Shields. The Shields in Springfield, Illinois, is part of our podcast as well. We are so thrilled that all of them have decided to jump onto the show. We already have some comments here already. Craig, hey, Craig Claus from Florida, sounds like fun. James Earlham, how you doing, James? Glad to have you on the show. So what we're going to do tonight, we got some giveaways too. Got some great giveaways. Don's going to tell us American Tackle is going to be doing some great giveaways with us for next year, folks. But this year we have a backpack that we're going to talk about, waterproof backpack we're giving away tonight. Going to give away another one of these Jim Crowley hats and some other stuff from American Tackle. So glad you're here. More people are jumping on. Feel free to comment and say things. And if you have some questions for Don, I'm telling you, when it comes to rods, guys and ladies, this is the man to talk to, and that's Don Morse. And without further ado, hey buddy.
What's up, Jim?
How you doing, my man?
Oh, hanging in there, buddy. It's been
Good.
a long day. Everybody's getting ready for Christmas, so.
Yeah, no kidding. And I know the American Tackle was crazy today. I actually talked to Mo yesterday, and he just said he was like beside himself. Guys from American Tackle are jumping on tonight too. Hey, boys. Hey, I heard, well, there's a bunch of things we can talk about tonight, but first and foremost, I want to talk a little bit about you. I've known you for quite a few years now. I don't know if that's good or bad, but I have known you for quite a few years. And tell me, you started when you were born and raised in Michigan. Your dad had you fishing young age too, like my dad had me at 3. So what was it like? It's such a diverse fishery in Michigan. What was it like growing up there?
Oh man, the great thing about Michigan is there was always a farm pond. Across the street at a friend's house. I mean, there was always a farm pond, and I cut my teeth at 2 years old fishing. Fishing bluegill, and I can remember, at 4, Dad had me, pitching worms at bass, and then, as I grew, hit the Great Lakes, got into muskie fishing, walleye fishing. If you can, salmon, trolling salmon on Lake Michigan. There is just for fresh water, it does not get much better. There's just so many different fish. Just caught, everything you can think of. I don't remember how many species I've caught in Michigan, but I gave it a try, all of it. So,
And you started in the fishing industry really young. You started at 16, right? You started working, and so there's a lot of experience that you started getting at a very, very young age. So tell us a little bit about that.
yeah, absolutely. When I was 16 years old, I started working in a local hardware, selling fishing equipment and guns. So that was my first. That was my first dive into that kind of thing. So it was, 16-year-old boy, growing up, in farm country, and get offered a job selling guns and fishing tackle. It was pretty hard to pass up. So I started there, and I continued on. There was a few, odd jobs in between, but for the most part, since 1994, I've been in the hunting and fishing industry, whether it's mom and pop tackle shops, archery and gun stores, all the way up into some of the big box stores in management. So I've been all around learning everything I could about hunting, archery, guns and ammo. I've done gunsmithing, into fishing, and now working for the premier rod component company in the world. So
Yeah, and then that fateful day happened when you met the president of our company. I don't know what Joe saw any of them, but he's made a couple bad decisions, one with you and two with me.
yeah, right.
Um, but but you met Joe, and so Joe said he loved your experience, loved your outlook on things, and American Tackle is known as having a team. I mean, everybody works as a team there, and he felt, and he was correct, that you would be an integral part of that team, and it's been going strong ever since, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was more than 8 years ago. I met Joe at a show. I was actually on the American Tackle Pro staff, and I worked a show with him. And there was an opening coming up, and he says, "How would you like to move to Florida?" So I asked my wife. I said, "What she thought?" And she goes, "I'll start packing and put in my 2 weeks notice."
That was a really tough decision to go from Michigan to go to Florida. I think I'll go. Yeah, that sounds good. I want to say hi to a couple people here. My favorite wife and your second wife is Rhonda. Just said hi, Don. So she said to say hi. Linda Falvo Dawson is on here. She said to say hi. Hi,
That's
Linda.
my
Thanks.
mother-in-law.
Yeah, there you go. Hi, Linda. And we met her before, I think,
Yep,
too, a little bit before.
my
Yeah,
biggest fan. Yeah.
Linda, how are you? Good to see you again. Um, so let's talk a little bit about American Tackle, because I still have people ask me, they've been to American Tackle website, and we're going to throw this out there for those of you that are coming on right now. American Tackle is looking for pro staff. I have high school and college students ask me all the time, how do you get working in the outdoor industry? Well, I'm telling you right now, if you go to americantackle.us, go there. And there is a form to fill out. You are applying for a job. Make no mistake about it. You're applying for a part of a promotional part of this company. So if you're interested in being on a pro staff, and remember, pro staff stands for promotional. It does not stand for professional. You are promotional. If you think you have what it takes, please apply at americantackle.us, because they are looking for people. With that being said, Don, tell us a little bit. Tell us about American Tackle, because people aren't, they're sure, but they're not sure, if that makes any sense. Like, well, I think I know what you guys do, but they don't. So why don't you fill us in?
Yeah, so American Tackle has been around. It's kind of in debate, but I mean, close to 40 years now. Started our president Joe and his dad started the company, way back when, just selling some fishing equipment, and then I got into rod components, and it's just kind of snowballed from there. So the main thing we do is fishing rod components. So we sell all the little parts to build the fishing rods with, from the blanks to the guides. We sell thread, grips, everything that you could possibly need to put a rod together. So we sell those to custom builders. We sell them to, hobby builders, and we sell them to the big rod companies. So the big rod companies, when you walk into Bass Pro Shops and you see, or wherever, Shields or wherever, and you see all those rods in there, they buy all those parts from somebody, and we are one of those somebodies that sell them the parts. So some very, very big names have the American Tackle components on their
Yeah,
rods.
exactly. And just to give you guys a couple examples of what Don was just talking about. So you look at the Wave Army brands. All right. If you look at companies like Lew's, if you look at companies like Fitzgerald, and many others that are sporting the microwave guide system, there's only one company that has that microwave guide system. There's only one company that's won 6 awards for that guide system, and that is American Tackle. So a lot of the industry leading components that are in the industry today are introduced every year in American Tackle. I've always said that I'm really proud to work for a company that continually raises the bar every year. And just so you know, so all of you people know out there, I'm really proud. Obviously, you can probably tell, working with American Tackle, but everybody at that shop fishes one way or the other. They fish. So when I was introduced to some of the new components, especially the last couple of years, one of the things I do want to talk about a little bit, and when you're talking, I'm going to bring one of them in here, is the handcrafted carbon reel seats. I think that's really important to bring up, because in my opinion, that changes everything. It changes the way we feel. It increases our feel like nothing else ever, ever. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the carbon reel seats, Don? Because for those who are tuning in tonight or see this eventually, and you're thinking or you are rod building, you are going to want to know about these.
So with the carbon fiber has really come on strong the last few years. I mean, we've had the carbon and graphite blanks for a very long time, but carbon grips over the centuries has been more of a custom rod thing. In order to get carbon fiber grips and seats, things like that, you'd have to go to a custom builder who's going to handcraft everything. So we've been working with our factories and with number one, the G2 carbon handles. So a tube system handle that anybody can install, whether it is a custom rod builder or a factory. So we made it super easy, super strong, and ready to roll right out of the box. So they can be glued up easy. The handcrafted seat that Jim is going to show, this thing is wrong one. That was CCT.
Yeah.
So the handcrafted seat that Jim has, very labor intensive seat. So this is actually carbon fiber sheets that are laid out. So they're hand laid, they're blow molded, and then there you go. They're taken out, they're hand sanded and then hand polished. So HCC handcrafted carbon. There is a ton of man hours into every single one of those seats. There's never been anything like it before in the industry. I do know that some of them are trying to copy it. So, we'll see what happens. But it's a very tough one to do. So just absolutely amazing. And that thing weighs nothing.
Nothing.
I mean,
it's
weighs,
nothing.
yeah, the air inside of it weighs more than the seat does, I believe. So, and then that other one he showed
Crazy.
there, the CCT, that is compressed carbon technology. So that is actually like a ground carbon that is just that's pressed into shape and then polished. So absolutely beautiful. Again, super, super light.
Yeah, and what I'm going to add to that, and I think you covered it beautifully, but what I'm going to add to it is what I've been telling people is that if you think about how sensitive your graphite rod is, and all the rods that I build from American Tackle are on those Bushido blanks, which I absolutely love, and I build all my rods, just about all my rods on those. However, when you add a carbon fiber reel seat to a sensitive graphite, it acts like the best way that I've come to explain it is it acts like a megaphone. So that thump that you felt before on a regular reel seat now feels like a boom. It just feels like a boom. There's a lot more that you feel there. I've literally counted rocks with the help when I've got fluorocarbon line or braided line, and I've got a Bushido blank, and I've got a carbon fiber reel seat. I am not kidding you. You can count rocks.
Absolutely.
Bumping down. It is that sensitive. I've been thoroughly impressed with those. Matter of fact, I have a new episode coming out in the show that I'm doing next year that we show building with the carbon reel sight and actually show you a video when I was fishing, moving rods around on my deck, and all of a sudden I just set the hook. I was not even looking. I was not even looking in that direction and felt that thump. I just instantly pulled by reflex, set the hook, and it was like a 4-pound largemouth that ate that bait. I wasn't even looking at the line, wasn't looking at anything. I just felt that thump through the handle. And while we're doing this right now, I do want to talk to you guys about this real quick. And I see some more of you have jumped on live here. Good. What I want to tell you guys, if you go to americantackle.us, we're going to give away a backpack tonight. We're going to give away an American Tackle backpack. Okay, so we're going to take an ad break here in a second. But in that time, I want you to go to americantackle.us and look for the backpacks. Okay, Don, is there a specific? Is it like they can just find it on the website?
So you can go to americantackle.us and then click over to the Pro Staff page.
Okay.
Or go to americantackleanglerproducts.com. And that's where you'll see the angler products. That's where you see the baits, the hooks, reels, backpacks, fishing shirts, all kinds of stuff.
Now, you guys do that, and then you tell me how many backpacks that American Tackle has to offer you. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Then I want you to comment. Whoever comments on here, we're going to pick a name while we're live here. You let me know. Okay, even after this interview's over, we'll just see if people jump on and say anything. You tell me how many backpacks that American Tackle offers. I'll pick your name, and you're going to win a $100 backpack. Okay? Oh, yeah. Kevin just chimed in. Oh, I know. You don't count, Kevin. He works at American Tackle too. So hey, we're gonna take a break. just for a second here. And as Chuck Woolery used to say, we'll be back in 2 and 2. American Tackle is home to the award-winning microwave line control system. Rod blanks to reel seats, ferrules to finish, grips to guides. They're committed to the very best in rod building components. Find out more, americantackle.us. With fishing beyond your expectations, indoor and outdoor activities, a vast variety of places to eat, drink, and stay. Discover your next adventure between the bluffs. ExploreLaCrosse.com. Located in Springfield, Illinois' largest selection of sports and sportswear, hunting, fishing, specialty shops and services, a 65-foot Ferris wheel, 16,000-gallon saltwater aquarium, and industry-leading knowledgeable employees. You don't take chances at Shields, ever. Go to Shields.com. Believing quality is measured by lifespan and harnessing their unique chemistry and engineering know-how. Dakota Lithium lasts 4 times longer, powering your passion with an 11-year warranty. Find out more, DakotaLithium.com.
Slick Fish Radio with Jim Crowley can be seen and heard on Roku, Fire TV, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iTunes.
Hey everybody, welcome back. So again, the contest was if you go to American Tackle and click on their Pro Staff and Angler products, you will see the backpacks there. All I want you to do is put in the comments right down here how many backpacks they offer. Somebody does that. If you don't do it during the live, I'll pick out one somewhere tonight or tomorrow morning, and somebody's going to win a backpack. We're also going to give away one of these new Jim Crowley outdoor hats, and we're also going to give away American Tackle hat. So just start commenting. Start asking questions. You do that, somebody's going to win something. This is close to Christmas. I am ready to give stuff away. So somebody come on or some more people. We got a bunch of people. If you commented once, you got to do it now. That didn't count. So you got to come back and say something. Don, let's talk a little bit about rods and rod lengths and actions. When it comes to guys, what do you think is people building rods? What do you think is one of the things that may scare people off of it? And what can you tell them that, hey, maybe you should try this?
One of the biggest things is the wide variety of blanks available. One of the things that we love doing at American Tackle is we make our blanks so they're customizable. So we know that, somebody may want a certain length. Maybe they're kayak fishing. Maybe they're fishing from the back of the boat. Maybe they're fishing from the front of the boat. Maybe they need something a little bit longer. So everything we have is customizable. The biggest thing is not to be scared of them. They're made to be trimmed. They're made to be extended. They're, that's one great thing about custom rod building is you can pretty much do anything you want with them. There are a lot of actions. There's a lot of powers. There's a lot of tapers. There's things that it gets a little confusing. Research and a quick phone call, a quick Facebook message to American Tackle, and we can help answer the questions. There are a ton of stuff. So say you're fishing, you've been fishing a particular rod for square bills forever, but it just doesn't seem right to you. We can figure out what it is, what doesn't seem right. Maybe you need something that's a little bit slower, so it bends a little bit more further back. And it's just really getting to know what you like, what your feel is. Everybody likes something a little bit different. And that's the great thing about customizing. I know Jim likes something. I think when you're throwing your square bills, you like something a little bit faster than I would like. Mm-hmm. So, and that's the great thing about it is we can customize everything to you. So.
Yeah, when I'm throwing a bladed jig, I went to actually more of a faster taper on it and noticed that the fish inhale the lure a lot better. And so that has been something that I've built. I actually ordered like blanks that are 7/8, cut them down to 7/2 because I've got a really fast tip on it, but I've got a lot of backbone. The nice thing about custom is that you are not designated to buy what the store offers or what the store has in stock. With custom, it's the same way of building some of your own lures. It's a cool thing that you can really custom, you can custom what you want. I've always said the only thing I don't build that I don't custom myself is crankbaits because Rapple has perfected that in my opinion. So I don't think I make those any better. So, but everything else I really like to tinker with. And the nice thing about being able to do it with rods is it didn't really take me that long. Don sent me a couple of videos I learned. And as Don always says, there's a right way, there's a wrong way, and then there's a Crowley way. And so there are better ways, and I fully admitted that to do it. I just do ways that are comfortable for me. Now, Kevin, our pro staff manager at American Tackle, said today that you guys taught him how to wrap guides in. I looked at it and I go, those are already better than mine. I'm just telling you. So but it's amazing because you guys are going to be coming out pretty soon with a line of videos. Is that correct? In the new year, that is really gonna, not only can you call these guys American Tackle, but you'll also be able to watch videos. So they'll be able to assist and help you in so many different ways. Isn't that right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We've got a YouTube video now that's got, quite a few videos on it that we've started. Some of them are about products. Other ones are about installation. Some of them are on there just about some of our components. So in the new year, Kevin and I have been working together in, working on a game plan, what we're going to do to up the game a little bit on YouTube as far as doing techniques. I got a lot of ideas to, do like quick tips, where we can do just a, 3 to 5 minute video on putting out a trim band, all the way up to, a, 15, 20-minute video on how to lay out guides. So that's all coming. And you just type in American Tackle on YouTube and you can see all the different things we've got on there. Like I said, there's a lot of it just going over components, talking about things like that. There's some installation, there's some great installation videos on the G2 handles that I was working on. And we may even redo some of that kind of stuff, as we go. So, look for quick tip stuff. Look for fishing videos. I know that Kevin is excited about getting on the water and doing fishing videos. We got other guys that do a lot of tournaments. So, not only, the fishing and the lifestyle stuff, but also the gear and the techniques.
I know I'm coming down to see you guys in July, and Kevin already made it well known to me that he's like, we're kidnapping you for a day. And hey, Jimmy Neese came in. Jimmy, hey, I glad to see you, buddy. Glad you made it. So there's a contest going on because Jimmy loves playing the contest when we have them. If you go to AmericanTackle.com, and I'm throwing this out there for everybody, again, we're going to give away a free $100 backpack either during the live or afterwards. Also, I'm giving away a hat. And I'm going to be giving away an American Tackle hat. I'll be giving away one of these. So, Jimmy, you're going to win something. But if you get the answer right first, you're going to win the backpack. So if I were you, I'd get on it.
Glad to have US.
Yeah, AmericanTackle.us. Okay. So I know one of the like I said, Kevin said I come down there in February. We're going to be doing some video work, and American Tackle and I, we're not going to say it yet, but we do have some cool stuff coming out in 2022 that I think the audience is really going to like. I'm just thrilled to be working on this stuff with these guys, and there's going to be some really, really fun stuff. But one thing that I've really admired about American Tackle when it comes to building stuff is there's always somebody there to answer questions. Whether it be Don working with Don, why don't you go through just a little bit real quick, and I want to get to another rod question. But what are some, what do you do? What are some of the things that when people call in, what do you take care of? What do some of the other guys do?
So yeah, that's one of the things. So everybody that picks up the phone at American Tackle is a rod builder. So you are not going to call up and talk to anybody that doesn't build rods. So that is one of the great things. That's one of the things that sets us apart from other companies. So everybody there, anybody can sell you parts, but we also use them. We know, the ins and outs, all the intricacies of everything we do. Everybody that comes in also learns how to build rods, and we don't force them like Kevin. I mean, he's been on our butts since day one to teach them how to build rods. So he's got everything glued up, wrapped up guides today. So he knows it. Our warehouse manager, Bob, he's been building rods for a long time. Our vice president, Darren, he's been building rods longer than most of us have been alive. Not really. Sorry, Darren. So they call me a salesman. I call myself a relationship specialist. So I like helping people. That's the best thing. And that's the thing that I love doing. And that was one of the things that Joe, when he talked to me about helping people build rods, I was in. So I love helping people build rods. So that's what I'm here for. And I do tech support. I hang pictures, whatever I need to do, but sales and tech support, I mean, that's my big thing.
Well, here, I've got a question for you. This is from Joe Commodity. Joe wants to know, Don, what is the best drop shot blank?
Best drop shot blank. So it really depends on you as an angler, two of them that I can recommend. Number one is in the Bushido lineup. It is the SJ. It stands for spin jig. That's the taper of the blank. So it's a fast action with a really aggressive taper. So it tapers down really fast with a lot of backbone. That is the one I really like. It's a fast action. We've also got an extra fast in the Bushido, the DS for drop shot. That is an extra fast with some pretty decent backbone. I don't recommend that for everybody unless you are a skilled drop shotter, because it is an extra fast blank. So no boat flipping with it, that kind of thing. So because you can snap the tip on it very easily. But the SJ is probably our number one drop shot blank. So that spin jig.
Joe, for asking that question, and if you want some more detailed stuff, hey Don, what's the model of that first one you mentioned, the SJ? What was that one?
So there's different ones. It really depends on what length you want. The most popular one for your normal drop shot is going to be your SJ72 in
that's a good one.
8 to 15 pound.
Yep. And Joe, for being the first question that guys, there's a bunch of guys on here. You need to start saying something. Joe, you're going to win an American Tackle hat. Plus, I'm going to throw some other goodies in there for you. And I will get a hold of you on Facebook, get your address, and we're going to send you some free stuff. So see, folks, it's that easy. That easy. Let us know how many backpacks. Joe said he's actually going to stop by tomorrow and take a look. So, hey, can you guys set it up with an American Tackle hat when he's there?
Absolutely.
Oh, there you go. You're getting free stuff when you walk in America. You save me shipping. Thanks for that. He goes, I'll be in the shop tomorrow. It's exactly what he said.
Come on and talk to Captain Mo, and we'll definitely get you set up with the right stuff.
That's great. One of the a couple more questions here for you, Don. I'm gonna let you go. One of them is and I know what my answer would be for this, but one of the hottest techniques the last couple of years, without question, has been bladed jigs, chatterbaits, throwing those. I have my blank that is my favorite. What has been one of the hottest ones going out there that guys have been ordering, just in case, because I know there's going to be a lot of bass guys on here later. What is one of the best blanks to build a bladed jig rod on?
So mine's a little bit different from most people, but the most popular one is definitely in the Mag Bass series. Again, MB series. So when you see a Mag Bass or a spin jig or a drop shot, that is actually referring to the taper of the blank. That not necessarily what it's used for all the time. It does help kind of steer you in the right direction. So a Mag Bass is going to be a Magnum bass blank for the most part. But it kind of steers you in the right direction, seeing the taper. But what the Mag Bass really is a fast action with a lot of backbone and not quite as an aggressive taper as some of the other ones. They do have a ton of backbone, but the Mag Bass, the MB 7.3, 7'3", 10 to 20 pound, that's great go-to for bladed jigs. My pro staffer, a really good friend Sherman, his favorite one is the 7.3, 12 to 25. He likes something a little bit heavier, but then again, down here in Florida, we are pulling those things through some really heavy grass.
Right. I use the 7.3, 8 to 15. It's still, and it's a medium heavy, and I'm going to have you explain that a little bit, but I like it because it's got a really fast tip and it throws up to a 1/2 ounce or 3/4 ounce bait. That's what because most of my sizes I throw are 3/8 and 1/2 ounce. When I throw the bigger ones, when I throw a 3/4 or 3/4 is about the biggest that I throw, then I'll be going to that other blank that Don just talked about. This question I think is really important, Don. When you have, say, a 7.3 and it's a Mag Bass and you have it in 8 to 15, you have it in 10 to 20, and you may have it another size. They're all medium heavy. Can you explain what the difference is in those when it's all medium heavy, but yet there's different weight ratios on it?
The 8 to 15 is actually a medium. It may be misprinted somewhere, but it is actually a medium. So the 8 to 15 pound. So again, that's one of the things we do to make it easier to find the blank you're looking for. So say an 8 to 15 pound, you don't necessarily have to run 8 to 15 pound line for it. It's not necessarily rated for 8 to 15 pound line. That's going to be your average on what everybody's going to use. The line that they're going to use on there, and that's kind of a break-in strength. So an 8 to 15 pound kind of break-in strength. The 10 to 20 same way. In the past, and a lot of companies still do it, they call their different They're different powers by numbers. So you'll see like 842, 843, 844. Same thing. We just call them medium, medium heavy, heavy, extra heavy instead of a number, because that helps with more real life. And then again, putting that weight rating on there as far as the line rating is that more of a real life thing, because most people aren't going to know what a 4 power is. But if I tell you it's a 12 to 25 pound, and you go, oh, okay,
now I know.
Maybe 12 to 25 pounds, real life. So we make it as easy as possible.
I know my favorite jig rod, if I'm pitching a heavy cover jig, is the MB73 12 to 25. It's got just a fast enough tip, but just leaning back on that rod buries the hook. But it's still got a fast enough tip to where I can skip jigs under bolt docks. I can skip them underneath low hanging brush. That is good for me. Now, when I go to fishing plastics, I like the MB7 or the LS. I think I like the LS 70 10 to 20. That has got a really, really good taper for throwing plastics. It is, if those of you guys who like to throw a Tokyo rig, Don, correct me if I'm saying that blank number wrong, but the LS 70 10 to 20. That is, to me, the perfect rod for throwing a Tokyo rig.
And that's a great blank. That blank, so the LS series, in the 7 foot, the 8 to 15, the 10 to 20, those are great, what I call all-around rods. There's not really a all-around rod when it comes to custom rods. Those are a great all-around rod for almost anything. I mean, you can throw a worm on that. You can throw a crankbait on that. You can throw a Tokyo rig on that. You can throw whatever you want on that.
Big spinner bait.
It's going to handle it all.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. The LS stands for light salt. That's the taper, so it's got a lot of backbone, and it's got a softer tip than like the mag bass. So it's more of that mod fast tip, but with a lot of backbone. So light salt is a saltwater blank. No. Now it does steer you that way. If you're doing a lot of redfish and trout down here in Florida, take a look at the light salt series.
Yeah.
But if you want a good all around bass rod, take a look at the light salt series.
The one nice thing that I think Don covered, and hopefully we covered all this tonight for you, is that being custom, knowing your equipment, knowing what it does, knowing what you can expect of it, is going to make you a better angler. It's never been for me about the secret lures or the hottest thing out there. It's about knowing how to use my equipment the best I possibly can. And the nice thing about being able to build your rods, it gives you options to fit what works for you. Just because it works for me or works for Don doesn't mean it's going to work for you. We can give you options. We can give you ideas. Only you're truly going to know what's going to be best for you. The great thing about the guys at American Tackle is they offer so many things to so many people to be able to customize that. James Yarlin just chimed in. James, I'm going to send you a hat. I don't know if you have a Jim Crowley Outdoors hat yet, but James has been a fan on the show. He's been on a bunch of times. And I'll tell you what, James, I appreciate you being here. You're getting a hat. So now we still got the backpack. Somebody's got to do the homework tonight. The hats are going like crazy. This is Christmas. Go to American Tackle anglerproducts.us. Is that right? That's right.
.com. American Tackle anglerproducts.com.
There you go. .com. Boom. Do that. Tell us how many backpacks they offer. I'm going to give one away today or tomorrow. Somebody's going to get it.
So what you were saying about the custom rods, and that is so true, because you and I have talked about it. Because I mean, you're in a boat, mostly a high side boat. Sometimes you're on on a glitter rocket. I spend most of my time on a kayak, which you wouldn't be caught dead in. But my rods are going to be completely different. I have shorter handles. I like a little bit longer one to get around the nose of the kayak. Some guys like shorter ones, so because they're going through brush, things like that. So, I mean, that's the great thing about it is you can customize everything. And Don Schaefer, what colors do you have? Black is beautiful, buddy.
If you ever need any of your blanks painted, there is nobody better than Don Schaefer at Backbone Custom Rods. Don, that's a plug. Don, that's a plug. Send me a check. Would you, for crying out loud? And you know what? Hey, buddy, I'm gonna let you go. I hope we answered a lot of questions for you folks today, and I guarantee we're gonna have Don or somebody on from American Tackle again next year to answer more questions. You want to learn more about rod building. You want to work with truly great people. They're a blessing to me and to a lot of people in the industry, because they truly offer great products, great services, and customer support that is second to none. These guys are absolutely fantastic.
We love phone calls. We love emails. Yep. We love helping out. You can reach us through the American Tackle page. We have an American Tackle Rod Builder page on Facebook. You can call us anytime. Our number is out there everywhere. You can email any of us. If we don't know, which we should, there's absolutely somebody there that will know.
All right, Don, my friend, thank you, buddy. I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. Love you, brother. Take care of yourself.
Jim, love you, brother.
All right, that was Don Morse. Thanks everybody for coming in. We got some great comments tonight, and I really appreciate all you doing that. I want to again thank Don Morse, my good buddy, and he's so checks in the mail. Thanks, Mr. Schaefer. And Don is just such a great guy and so knowledgeable. It's so fun. I'm a geek, as most of you know who watch the show. When it comes to rod building and lure building and all this stuff, I love to tweak stuff. And so it's a really pleasure to be able to sit and talk with somebody who has so much knowledge. If you want to find out more about rod building, go to americantackle.us. Tons of stuff there. You'll know where a lot of components from some of the greatest rods on the planet come from. Again, if you're looking, there are pro staff opportunities at American Tackle. So please go to American Tackle, look up the pro staff. If you're interested, Jimmy Neese just won the backpack. Jimmy, I am going to get your address from you, and American Tackle is going to send you a $100 waterproof backpack. He said he saw 2 backpacks. It was that simple, folks. Merry Christmas to everybody. I will contact all of you. Joe, come on. You can go to American Tackle tomorrow. They will give you a hat. James, I will contact you and send you a new Jim Crowley Outdoors hat. Jimmy Neese, I will contact you. I'll get the address, send it to American Tackle. They will send you, and these are very cool. They're waterproof backpacks. Awesome. I want to thank again American Tackle. I want to thank Explore Lacrosse, Shields, Springfield, Illinois, and Dakota Lithium. Folks, I want to thank all of you. This podcast is growing, and it's growing at a good rate. We now have our channels on Roku. We have them on Fire TV. We have our podcast on Spotify, on iTunes, and on Amazon Music. Patrick Michael, Merry Christmas to you too, brother. We have all of that. You know why? We have it because of all of you. I love you. God bless you. Until next time, my friends, we have a great guest next week. I do got to tell you one more thing. Mark Davis from Big Water Adventures is going to be on our show next week, end out the year with a bang, plus some great giveaways from American Tackle and Lucas Oil. Don't miss next week, Slick Fish Radio. Thank you again for being with us. God bless you. See you soon.